I have really strong feelings.
That's the polite
Clear
version.
Channel. I'll let you go, though. I'm
No,
sorry.
I mean, you know, this, and before Clear Channel, man, it was like easy listening, it was Quiet Storm. There was all these formats. And the thing that I resent about those formats is that those formats want to kind of label themselves as being jazz, or label themselves, or try to pick up on the integrity of the jazz community as their own. And for me, you need to just go and do your own thing, because we don't really benefit from that, because they don't play our records that much. And a lot of those folks don't really come to embrace this music like most people think that they do. I've heard people say, oh, well, isn't this a way for them to get introduced to it? I'm like, how? If they're not listening to John Coltrane on Clear Channel, how are you going to get introduced to John Coltrane? To me, it's...
Or if they're not playing jazz. If they've got if they're calling the station a jazz station, but they're playing Bette Midler, or they're playing like, I don't even want to start naming.
Well, and the thing is, and let me be very clear about this, you know, I'm not indicting those musics, because I listen to a lot of different type of music. So it's not about the music. It's about the marketing, and it's about the approach. It's about the misleading. Yeah. It's very similar to us looking for weapons of mass destruction and not finding any. It's the same kind of thing. I'm not a firm believer in like telling, especially when it comes to young, impressionable kids. I really get kind of upset with that, because, you know, some of these kids, man, if you just introduce them to anything, they'll make up their own minds about it. You don't have to lie to them about it, you know? But this seems to be more of a marketing thing than actually a promotion thing, you know? And I have yet to run into, most of my fans that come to my shows, look, man, they know a lot about all different types of music, you know, and they know a lot about jazz. I mean, you know, I don't know any other way to just let you know how I feel about that kind of stuff.
My son, they're 16, they all go to Noka, and they love you guys, and
Good.
They can't come see y'all because everything all the advertisement is geared to rap, and nothing wrong with that genre, but they're into like you guys and Coltrane and Monk and like Roy Ayers and them were, and Herbie Hancock playing, but they're too young to get in, so they don't ever get to see y'all. So.
Well, see, now you bring up another topic. See, and that's one of the things that's kind of sad about this particular area. We were talking about this before we came out here in terms of just the club scene, you know, because there are a lot of places that I play where they do Sunday matinees, especially for young people, you know, and that's a big part of what they do. And I see that, I mean, I'm getting old enough now where some of the people come to the night shows, where people used to come to the matinees when I was younger. It's like, don't come up here. I don't want to hear about that. How old are you now? You still shouldn't be here. Shit, go home. But, you know, I think that's very important. That's an extremely important component to the arts community, because, you know, we need to grab the youngsters while they're impressionable, while they can make up their own minds, you know. Because I look at the marketing of all of this stuff. I remember, man, when I first got into business in the 80s, I had a problem with the word artist. I still do, I've kind of gotten over it a bit, but I had a problem with that word, because to me that word is a very sacred word. When you say somebody's an artist, and the word genius, those two words have been overused in our communities for decades, and we got to stop doing that, because we're doing a disservice to the people who are real geniuses and the real artists in the community. And what happens is, when you label a person an artist or a genius, we just tend to believe anything they say. And our kids will listen to anything they say. And you got to think about that. And I know I'm not trying to be like, you know, of the McCarthy era where we're going to sit down and like watch what everybody does. But at the same time, I do think that it's very important to call it what it is, so that all of the young folks can make an honest decision. And like I said, I'm not indicting those musics, because, look, I've worked with a lot of different people. I listen to a lot of different music, you know, but we just need to really be honest about what it is we're doing and what we're listening to.